Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 19. 6 man. Check curls.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it is for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight four down.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, quick hitter here, it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up 2nd and long. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schwartz. We're scoreless after 1. Mariota on 3rd and 2. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and Thomas has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Back to throw, Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 40-yard line. What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Run for Pollard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now here's Pollard. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hatchet. One. Delta.
Mariota now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third and 4.
Chuck, blue line. Check 55 to Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the gun, Mariota. And escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Sanders on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
To throw Mariota. Well, this is caught by Williams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing, Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Throwing is Mariota, going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 29, Watson. And he rifles one incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
First down, Houston.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. They'll run with Pollard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 9, Watson. It's wearing the tight end with it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now Mariota. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And he'll give it here to his running back. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Go. Go.
Mariota to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Where are they, team? Take 4, take 4. Sponge. No.
Here we go on 4th down, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and this Texans defense stands tall. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Watson now to throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Texans here on 3rd down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3. And he is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety, and the game is over. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.